Welcome to the chaos that is Saturday the 30th of May. One more day to go until the end of May. Oh my goodness, I just can't believe how quickly the last 2 months have gone. I think vlogging has really helped to kind of, I don't know, just ground me, for want of a less hippie-ish way of putting it. Yeah, so we've had a quite relaxed morning. The girls have been FaceTiming with Granny and doing some painting, and they watched a bit of telly, and Dan and I did another few jobs in the garden. We're just trying to do a couple of hours every day, and it's really paying off, so that's really good. We harvested our first ever potatoes, so they are ready. They're new potatoes, baby new potatoes, and all of our potatoes have now flowered, and we're growing them in potato sacks. So I had a really good dig around and got a few out, and we're going to cook those later. There's only like the very minimal amount, but I think they'll be properly ready for harvesting more in the next sort of 3 to 4 weeks, towards the end of June. They are first earlies, and we planted them at the beginning of March. So I'm going to get some hessian sacks so that I can harvest them all and then store them. If you can hear gurgling, that's the dishwasher. I've also finished sprouting my lentils, so I'll show you those in a minute. Really pleased with those. And everything's just coming together a bit more. I'm feeling a little bit more confident in the garden. It's not something I've ever really enjoyed or felt like I was very successful at, and this is the first year I think that we felt like, oh, maybe we could grow more of our own, and it's been really good. So we're about to go out for a walk. Phoebe's best friend has just knocked at the door with her dad, so they're having a socially distant chat, and I thought this was the perfect opportunity to say a quick hello to you all. We've had lunch. It is about 2 o'clock. Yeah, it's exactly 2 o'clock. We're going to have a walk, then we're going to jump in the car and go up to the honesty box and see what they've got on offer today, because Phoebe absolutely loved the strawberries and they didn't last more than about an hour. And what else was I going to tell you? Oh, and I also wanted to show you my coronavirus diary, because since the beginning of lockdown I've been keeping my coronavirus diary, and I haven't sort of shown it to you in a while, so I just thought I'd show you the kind of things that I'm putting in there and what I'm doing. I'm trying to be really relaxed about it and really make it my own and not worry about what it looks like or what I'm putting in there. And that seems to really work, you know, not trying to be like, oh, it's got to be beautiful, I've got to do lettering and stuff like that. I'm just literally doing what I enjoy doing. And yeah, I'm really loving it, so I'll share that with you in a bit as well. And I'm just gabbling on now, really, aren't I? So I'm going to go and get my trainers on, get my backpack out, and I will take you with us on our walk. Hopefully you can hear me over the sound of the dishwasher gurgling away. I laid out all of my my sprouted lentils to dry out a bit, and now I'm just putting them in a bowl so I can keep them in the fridge. And I'm nibbling a few as I go. This was such a good idea, so thank you. There was a few of you who suggested sprouting my lentils, which were either going to be used for something such as this or go in the bin. So I'm really glad you did, because I'm almost tempted to buy lentils to do this more often. I've had some just as a little snack today, and I'm going to put some on my salad later. And I'm going to look up some ideas online for other things. I think I saw you could bake bread with sprouted lentils in. So that might be quite fun. Anyway, I'm really pleased. I'm just going to nibble some more. Nibble. hello, I have sneaked up to our bedroom for 5 minutes of peace and quiet so I can have a little chat with you. It's about 4:30 now, sun is still blazing, it's about 22 degrees today, so it is warm. And I'm not a warm weather person, as you know, but it doesn't feel oppressive. And actually last night it was, yesterday it was the same, and then last night it went really cool, which is perfect really. If it was like that all summer, I could cope fine with warm sunny days and very cool nights, but unfortunately that won't be the case all summer. But I'm going to enjoy it whilst it lasts. And we've had a really sort of very busy day for a lockdown day. We have done a lot in the garden. The girls have been able to communicate a lot with their granny and their friends, and one of Phoebe's friends stopped round and at the end of the driveway obviously, and had their dog with them, so she was able to say hello to the dog, which she loves to do. And then we went for a walk, we went to the honesty box, and I dropped around some of my sprouted lentils to my mum, so she can have those on her salad tonight. And yeah, so we're going to start preparing food. We're going to have hot dogs tonight and salady bits, and Dan's going to cook all the hot dogs, the meat ones, on the barbecue. Phoebe's vegetarian ones we'll do in the oven. I don't know why I'm telling you the minutiae of cooking our dinner. Yeah, so that's kind of where we are. I've been filming throughout the day and I have literally no idea what I film. Some days when I'm putting together a vlog, I know exactly what I'm doing, where I'm going with it. You know, I might have a list of what I want to remember to say to you, what I want to talk about, and I'll be able to edit it as I go, and I feel really on top of it, and I know how the vlog's going to turn out. And then other days, like today, it really is a mishmash of things that I thought, oh, that might be interesting, or that might be interesting, or we're going to do this. And then at the end of it, I'll sort of look at all the video and think, right, is that actually interesting? You're still going to hear about cooking my dinner. That'll get left in, I'm afraid. Yeah, so those kind of vlogs always make me a little bit nervous because, as you know, I do like to be in control. And it'll be interesting to see in a minute when I start editing it all together what it looks like. So, but it's certainly been a really good day, probably the best day we've had in a long time. The last couple of weeks I've been feeling very low. I get this, I don't think it's a depressive feeling, but I get this kind of sense of sort of oppressing feeling, like that suppresses feeling entirely happy. And I think that's very understandable, and I'm sure everybody in the world is probably feeling a little bit of that. We all feel a little bit stifled by the ongoing lockdown and so on. But at the same time, I feel like we've been making strides in how we're coping with it as a family, and certainly a few successes in the garden today have been very good, and the girls have been very relaxed. I mean, Lily has always chilled, but yeah, Phoebe's felt very relaxed. She's been very happy. She's had a couple of really good nights sleep, whereas for about a week she was struggling to sleep because she was feeling quite worried about things. And yeah, it's been a good day. Now obviously it's the 30th of May today, which means tomorrow is the 31st of May. Don't you just love how I can do maths? And I have to consider what I'm doing with vlogs from this point on. I love doing the vlogs. I know I say that all the time, and I love the interaction that I have with who I consider to be the very best viewers on YouTube, which is you lot. And as the channel has grown, and those relationships or that communication that we kind of have between us, or that you have together in the comments, I take the responsibility of that very, very seriously, and it means a great deal to me. And I know that a lot of you have said that the vlogs mean a lot to you on a daily basis, that they're really helping with your lockdown situations, and they help me too. But I do need a little holiday. I do, and I am going to take a week off, I've decided. So obviously I'm not going to go on vlogging forever and ever and ever. I would usually just do two, maybe three if I'm feeling crazy, vlog series a year. And I will definitely be still coming back in the autumn to do my usual, maybe Vlogtober or Vlogmas, one or the other. And but this is a unique and special time in history, and that makes you want to do things slightly differently, or gives you the opportunity to do something differently. So I have absolutely thoroughly enjoyed doing the last 10 weeks or so of vlogging, and I would like to continue to do it, but I'm going to do it in a slightly more relaxed way. So what I'm going to do is take a week off, and that includes the podcast. I was due to film a podcast on Monday, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take a week off from that. I'm going to take a week off from vlogging, and that'll give me a week to catch up with some podcast admin. I've got some messages to reply to, I've got some planning to do, I've got some letters to write, and I still need to get to the post office and do my first trial run. I've been really nervous of getting to the post office and posting out some prizes and stuff like that. Where am I going with this? I feel like I'm rambling on. I feel like I'm in a podcast situation where I just start going off on a tangent and then can't remember what I was saying. Oh yes, I'm having a week off basically, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to keep vlogging because I'm going to miss you, and I'm going to miss talking to you people in my camera and in my phone out there, and the interaction I have with you in the comments. And it feels like little whispers in my ear, you know, the comments, and I'll recall things throughout the day like, oh, someone said that, didn't they? And sometimes people leave quotes that maybe they just like, or they use it, or their mother used it, or their grandmother used it, and if I really like it, I'll write those quotes down. I've been writing them in my coronavirus diary because they are sort of unique because they've come in during this time. But I do actually have another notebook where I keep quotes that I like. So at the end of this, I might transfer some of those over. My dad collected quotes as well, and it's something that I like to do. So anyway, where am I going with this? I'm going off on a tangent again. So yeah, I'll be back and I will be doing vlogs again, but what I might do is do it in chunks. I've done it before where you might have 3 days where you'll get a daily vlog, or you might have a vlog that encompasses 3 days and I'll upload it every few days and so on, and I'll just keep sharing when I've got something interesting to share with you. I think that's the best way to do it. That way we can keep our little communication up. I hope this isn't a one-sided thing, me going that I'll miss you, but otherwise that's going to be awkward. Oh, I just need to adjust my legs. I'm getting a bit hot sitting cross-legged. Yeah, so that's the plan. I'm going to have to watch this back to see if I actually verbalised any of that in a good way. And then I'm going to go and prepare salad with sprouted lentils. So this is my beautiful notebook. This was a gift from a lovely viewer of this podcast. And what I did at the beginning of lockdown was I just set it out, stuck some stickers in, made it just look pretty and happy. I've kept a couple of pages free for the index. This is a bit out of date. I need to top it up. I've got about 60 odd pages now. And if I run out of room, I'll just stick another page in. I've got ideas for home education, details about stuff they have to do for school. I stick pictures in. I ordered some photos and so on. Ideas for exercise when we could only get out very limited amount of time. I stuck in a letter that we got from my friend's mum and dad when they sent a birthday card, and the doodling is just a doodle I did. More diary entries, just little, sorry if I knocked you there, little stickers, bits of photos, things that I've just stuck in that Phoebe did. I kept a record of when we planted things back at the beginning of April, and then I did a little update today. More photos, more little post-its that Phoebe did. One of the days I made sure I kept a note of where the sun hit the garden throughout the course of the day. I've been meaning to do that for ages, so that was quite handy. That's just a doodle I did when I was having a really bad day, so I just stuck it in. I've got my little happy birthday card that I got with a present from one of my best friends, and the note that came with my birthday cookies, and the thing that came with my present. I used one of my little gifts from Rachel and filled out some of the things that made me smile on the 2nd of May. The girls kept their flags that they made for VE Day, and I kept mine. Throughout all of this, I kept diary entries, which obviously I'm not showing you because they are personal. And I the pictures again, and this was on a package that I got from my friend Annette when she sent me a kit to knit a lobster hat. So I kept the stamps because they're Danish. One day I'll go back. we had a birth in the family. We were going to go up to Scotland for this because we knew the baby was coming. We never made it to Scotland, obviously, because of lockdown. So this is the birth announcement. This is all the stuff from the panic room. I kept our one of the little bits of paper, and I put the clues in here. Just fun to look at. Pictures of when Phoebe was designing her pictures for the window. Heart that Phoebe made. Here's an example where I've written one of the quotes down that someone left. Life is like a book full of chapters, some happy, some sad, some long and some short, but each chapter eventually comes to an end and we move on to the next chapter in life. And that was a quote from that lovely viewer's grandmother. This beautiful postcard I kept of a, what are they called, manatee? Oh, I'm probably saying that wrong. So cute. And that was from Carrie when she sent me some gorgeous yarn, which I shared earlier in the month. There's some more pictures here. Again, the rainbow windows, which obviously are the symbol here of this time. And this is up to date. This is today. This is some notes about what we planted in the garden and what we harvested. Oh, and I've also got in the back, I've made a little pocket called Brighter Days Ahead with leaflets and things that we need to remember to do once we're allowed to. Got the number for a house painter. And I've got the letter we got from the Prime Minister when we first went into lockdown. This is the note that came when I got this notebook, and in here I've stuck the envelope in and the card is inside, and this is the card that came with the little parcel where this notebook was, so I've got that always. And that is it.